Hey everyone, what's going on? Calamity here to bring you another episode of the Anything Goes podcast. We got episode 19 here, and we got some stuff to talk about. A lot of entertainment, not a whole lot with sports. To be completely honest, mostly NBA and NFL, and then pretty much strictly entertainment. So yeah, let's get right into it. So we're gonna start off with the NFL like usual, and we got three pieces of news there, a couple of retirement announcements, and just kind of like a an update thing, I guess. Um, so first things first, we got the Bengals. They unveil their new uniforms, and they actually feature Joe Burrow in them, and they show not like on purpose or anything, but that you can see Joe Burrow's knee scar, which looks pretty crazy actually. He tore his ACL and I believe his MCL. So he had surgery on that, and it's just a straight scar down like his entire knee, and it looks pretty crazy. Then we have Alex Smith and Jordan Reed both announcing their retirement. So Alex Smith coming off a pretty good year for him, probably one of the like the best story out of the NFL last year. And unfortunately now he's announcing his retirement. Jordan Reed has been pretty injury prone his entire career pretty much. A lot of concussions. He announced his retirement as well. I believe after like 8 seasons, I think. Not very long, but just a lot of injuries. I mean, it takes a toll on you. Not that I would know, but then we go to the NBA where we have most of our news. We have the New York Knicks have won 8 games in a row and moved to 4th in the East. Julius Randle has been on a tear lately. Could probably be put in MVP, maybe most improved, maybe one of those players. But I think it was last night, or their last game, he scored 40 points and had a double-double, which is crazy. He's been going off lately. We have Kobe Bryant's Nike deal has expired, and his estate did not renew the contract with Nike. So, interesting piece of news there. Kobe Bryant's shoes will not be on Nike as of right now, if they even have more. Anthony Davis makes his return after being injured for a while. Then we had Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis had a ankle sprain. Will miss a little bit of time. Then we had Trae Young. He had what was it? He had a lateral ankle sprain, which I don't really know what that exactly means, but his looks pretty bad. He's probably going to miss some time. And then we got Denny Avadji, I think is how you say his name. He had the scariest injury. He has a hairline ankle fracture, which, when you hear the word fracture, it's not very pretty. I couldn't really see it that well in the video I saw of it. He was like kind of holding his ankle like in place, like it was kind of just like hanging there. Like you couldn't see it like hanging like this, but he was like holding it, So it wasn't good. But it wasn't like a Gordon Hayward injury or Paul George injury or any of those ones. It was bad either way. He kind of fell the same way as Gordon Hayward, but it didn't really have that much of it wasn't as bad of a break, I guess. But either way, it's bad. And then we have MLB. We have the only piece of news out of here, other than like injuries and stuff, is Padres and Dodgers had their I think they're starting a crazy rivalry in the NL West, and I think it's gonna be interesting to follow those two teams throughout the season. They just played, I believe, 4 games, and they split the series. I think we have about 15 to 17 more times that they play each other. So watch out for that, because whoever's going to win that is probably going to be coming out of the NL West. Probably coming out of the NL, to be completely honest, for the World Series. And then we have a little bit of boxing news. We have Floyd Mayweather versus Jake Paul. Supposedly is planned for June 5th, so that'll be interesting. I think Mayweather will probably win, if that even actually happens. And now we get into entertainment, and then we have The Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 5 to talk about, and a little bit of 6 to talk about. I haven't seen 6 yet, so that'll be on next week's podcast. But anyway, entertainment. We have... I made a little error right there. There we go. Shang-Chi, I believe is how you say it. The teaser trailer was released on that. It looks like it's going to be really good. I'm excited for it. I forget when that comes out. I think it comes out in the fall. So that'll be interesting. I like the. It seems to me like a lot of martial arts, like karate and stuff like that. So I kind of like that. It's kind of not just like, I don't want to say brutally fighting, but like it's not like the Punisher or like Daredevil or any of that kind of stuff. I guess it is kind of like Daredevil a little bit, because he kind of knew, he like knows different forms of fighting, I guess. Um, so I guess it was kind of like that, but it was, I don't know, it was just cool to see. So we'll see how that goes in the fall. Then we have some Secret Invasion news. I'm sure most of you guys have seen one of these pieces of news. I don't know about the other one, but the first one is the probably the lesser known one. Olivia Colman is in talks to join Secret Invasion, so that's just in talks, hasn't been cast or anything. And then we have Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones, which I believe is how you say her name. I could be wrong. She has been cast in Secret Invasion. Now, what her role is, people are speculating what her role is, but I'm assuming probably some sort of Skrull, I think, or Kree, one of the two. But that cast is looking like it's gonna be a good cast, so we'll see. Production on Furiosa begins in June. The film stars Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Hemsworth, and oh god, I'm gonna butcher this name, Yahya Abdul Mateen II, I think is how you say that name. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. George Miller says it's a saga that happens over many years, so interesting. The Flash is now filming. It also confirmed that Michael Keaton will appear in it. He will be Earth whatever Batman. I don't know, confusing stuff. And then we have Vin Diesel will star in a live-action Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie. Interesting. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 sets its directing trio as Joaquim Dos Santos, Kemp Powers, and Justin K. Thompson. And then we have Knuckles is now confirmed for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. The Witcher Season 2 will release in Q4 of 2021, so probably the fall, I would think. The fall to like November, December maybe, anywhere in there. Hawkeye has wrapped filming. And then we have How I Met Your Mother sequel show is in development for Hulu and will star Hilary Duff. Not sure how I feel about that. I'm a big fan of How I Met Your Mother. Thought it was a really funny show. I don't know how it's gonna work. I mean, I hope it's good. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I think she's been the only one that's confirmed to star in it. She will be like the main person, so she'll be like Ted from How I Met Your Mother. The show will obviously be called How I Met Your Father. So we'll see how that goes. I hope it's just as good, if not better, than How I Met Your Mother, but we'll see. Sony Films will move to Disney Plus after their Netflix window expires, so that includes the Spider-Man movies. I believe their movies will move over to Disney Plus in June. They'll start to move over, so not all the movies will be on Disney Plus. But so there's that, and then we have Russell Crowe will play Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder, so that would be interesting. I think that's kind of cool to have Zeus in Marvel. He's one of my favorite gods, I guess. Not in like the Marvel sense, but like in like the Roman or Greek mythology. He's like one of my favorites. So I actually have considered having him as a tattoo on my arm. That's how much I like him. Still want to figure that out at some point. Anyway. So that's it for entertainment, and then we have to talk about The Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 5. So if you haven't seen it, stop watching now. All right. So episode 5, we start out with a pretty heavy scene. We have Bucky and Sam confronting Captain America. and they have their little fight. They end up getting the shield by breaking his arm, it seems like, which is pretty good scene. Pretty satisfying if you don't like Captain America right now. And then you see someone approach Captain America and talk about an opportunity to do something, so kind of shady. We'll see what that leads to in episode 6 or possibly further than that. And then we see a lot of training with the shield for Sam, with Bucky, just trying to get used to it, and they're kind of having their own therapy session without knowing they're having a therapy session, I guess. And they seem to bond, which is good, which is cool. They still like to rag on each other, which is perfectly fine, for their show and for whatever else they're going to be in the future. And they're still trying to figure out how to get to Carly and the flag burners or whatever they're called. So I think episode 6. Oh yeah, and we had the mid-credit scene where John is building his own Captain America shield. Obviously, it's not vibranium, so I think it's going to get shredded up. So who knows what's to come with that. I think in episode 6, I think that what's going to happen, because I don't know yet, I haven't seen it. I think that somehow he's going to come back. He's probably going to challenge them to a fight, which isn't going to be good. That shield's going to get shredded. He does have the super soldier serum in him, so that might help him a little bit. But if Bucky comes, because Bucky kind of like goes on his own wherever he's going. I don't really know where he's going in episode 5. So if it's just Sam fighting him, that'll be interesting to see. I do think that shield gets thrown out the window pretty quick, because that vibranium shield of Sam's will probably destroy that one that John made. But that'll be an interesting fight. But I feel like he's going to call Bucky back. I don't see why Bucky wouldn't be involved. So I think that's going to happen. I think John is either going to get captured and be like in prison or something like that for violating whatever. Because they technically stripped him of being Captain America, I'm pretty sure. So they could put him in prison for that. I think he's going to be used in future things. I don't know what. Could be another show. Could be a movie. I don't really know. So I think he's going to be involved. But I think when they're going to have to fight Carly and like her warriors or whatever you want to call them, soldiers, I think that they're going to have to kill her. And I think it's going to have to be Bucky. So I think he is going to be around for that, at least. And she's going to be done, obviously. They're going to have to kill her, so she's going to be done and over with. That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. I don't know if there's going to be a season 2. There's been rumors that there could be. But I'm excited to watch it tonight. Also, Mortal Kombat comes out tonight, so you guys go and watch that, because I think that's going to be a really crazy movie. It'll be good, and hopefully it'll be better than the older ones, which I think it will be too. But those are my thoughts on episode 5, episode 6. What's going to happen? I think. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen, or if you have seen it, don't spoil it for people. Don't be that guy. It's really kind of shitty to do that to people. Give it some time before you start talking about it, I guess, to people that haven't seen it. But that's what I think is going to happen. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen if you haven't seen it in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I will see you guys next Friday. Peace.